name's Donald Herschel Fado. I was named Herschel after my father. And he was David Herschel, so I have the same initials, DH, as does my son. So what is known about me? Had a good childhood, a happy one, enjoyed college, school, and so forth. Became a minister, thoroughly enjoyed that. We lived, by the way, you asked me earlier, I think memories of childhood, a good childhood. We lived on a hillside, and there was a creek that ran behind us, and it went up there. And my sister and I, we went up and down that creek everywhere and hiked all over the place. But that was fun. I've always loved it, hiking outdoors. I think that's probably part of it.
Till your Fado blew it up.
I had a chemistry set when I was in the 4th grade. And I was reading in the World Book Encyclopedia. I don't know how I got there, but gunpowder, and it gave the formula for gunpowder. Sulfur, saltpeter, and potassium nitrate, those 3 items. And it even gave the ratio. So I thought I'd try that. So one of the times it blew the top off, and the fire went out. And it dawned on me that that's causing explosions only the top layer of gunpowder. I'm wasting gunpowder, and that costs money. So I filled it with dirt, just put in that much gunpowder in the top, and it made just as loud a bang, blew the thing off. So then, the next step was to get the gunpowder at the bottom of the jar and fill up so it'd have all that to break and cover it with dirt, you know. And so a kid got some dynamite fuse. And we'd put them in tin cans before. So the kid and I would put it in a beer can. We used to have a screw top on it. I should be telling your son all these things. We put the dynamite fuse clear down to the bottom, filled the can full of small rocks and dirt, and packed it as tight as we can, stuck it, the whole thing underground, and the dynamite fuse, the only thing sticking out. And we put it out in the woods behind our house. There was all manzanita brush, and just barren. And so we lit it, and it blew up. It blew a whole manzanita tree out of the ground. It blew a whole crater, and scared us to death. I saw that, and a fire started from there. We could have kept going down the hill. We stamped it out right away. And went home. My mom said, "What have you been doing?" I said, "Oh, I was out setting off some fireworks out in the hill there." And she said, "Oh, I wish you'd grow up." I thought, because I'd done it when I was a kid, 4th, 5th grade. This was high school. We never made another one after that. I was employed by the church. Started being employed by the church when I was in seminary. Different church experiences. And they were positive, good experience. Because it's, I had a bishop that I respected and district superintendents whom I respected. I knew them well because I've been in the youth program of the church, and so I knew the ministers. And they were friends. And I felt they always gave up fair, did everything they could to do what was right. And they did right, worked with me. So that was neat in terms of the hierarchy. In terms of the local church, I thoroughly enjoyed it because there's people of all kinds there. Some people get upset and real mad, but you just deal with that. That's part of it. And I knew we had one guy who, because I preached on whether a Roman Catholic could be president or not, that when John Kennedy was running for president, my conclusion was basically it had nothing to do with choosing a president based upon whether they were Catholic or Protestant. And a guy who had a protest, he was a judge in Chowchilla, he was a staunch Republican. He wrote a letter to the bishop demanding whatever it was. And the bishop wrote the most, I think I still have a copy of somewhere, beautiful letter to this guy, simply telling him that my preachers preach what they feel to be the gospel. And if they're not, you can write to them and confront them with what, and have dialogue about it. But I stand with them and their freedom to preach. Just a neat, had that kind of support, so I felt free to preach what I needed to. And I also made a decision. I didn't ever want to be two different people. I'd be the same person in the pulpit or in the church that I was at home or somewhere else. I just wanted to be authentic. Define myself, I believe I'm a human being, Scott. And I believe that's pretty important to be. And I want to be, I think there's more to life than, I don't think I'm defined by what I look like or here, but there's a presence beyond. Anyway, I just think there's more to life than, I know, hard to describe me. I don't know there's an ego, but I think there's a deeper reality that people have, and my ego's the superficial.
Okay. And very humorous.
And
Lots
humorous.
of pranks.
Yeah, I think, yeah, my folks were that way. Both of my folks had a good sense of humor. I think it's a good way to go to give it a sense of humility, and not think too highly of oneself, and just be able to laugh at oneself is important.